you get into all of this with Māori football in Aotearoa?
I was very young actually. I don't know how old, maybe 6 years ago. So maybe when I was like, 10,
Whoa.
9 to 10, I was in the tournament down in Papakura, and then they invited me into it, starting off with, and I won one of their trophies.
Hey.
So then that started everything. I was in like a little five-side tournament when I was so young, and so then that kind of brought me into it, and so I just continued in years and years and years to come.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I went to Australia last year, which was such a good experience, and now Hawaii this year.
Were you? No, you wasn't. We didn't play. You wasn't
I was
with
away.
that team
Yeah,
last year.
Away, yeah.
What did you hear about that group?
I heard that the girls were very physical, and so we needed to step up our game, that's for sure. But yeah, I heard a lot of good things, that the Hawaiian girls were very nice and stuff like that. But also heard that it was a fight.
But the pofiri that you guys hosted at the airport, Marae.
Yeah.
What is it called? Te Wanga. What is the airport?
I don't
You know the bar I'm talking about,
I don't
right?
know what it's called.
Shucks. Temon.
I have no clue what it's called.
It's gonna bug me. No, but that was like our first, like both of our groups coming together.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had our culture exchanges, and then the girls played on Pukana with you guys.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
I heard it got intense
Yeah.
too.
We were talking about that just before actually. They were like, oh my god, like the girls actually went so intense in it. So when they come over and stay, we're gonna do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That would be awesome. And the cool thing this year too is like that difference between last year, we were all separated, right?
Yeah.
But now this year we're
This
literally
year we're literally gonna be together
in the same building.
Yeah. Which I think will be really good because I feel like then we'll be able to more like mix together. But then also it's going to be a bit hard when we become friends with them and have to be like,
have to play against each other.
Play against each other. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. The next minute, nah.
I'm gonna hate you for the next
Yeah,
couple halves.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna like you right afterwards.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to Extra Time. This is our daily podcast series at the end of the day where we just kind of just recap about the things and events that has happened for both Nālapa and Māori football. My name is Hezekiah Puala. Hezi is everyone would like to call me, and I'm the media manager, photographer for Hui Kanaka as well as Nālapa, Hawaii. And I'm from Maui, Hawaii, so I'm not from this island.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Hawaii is the youngest island, if you can believe that.
Holy.
And it's the biggest island.
It's actually.
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Because with the volcanic activity as it travels, right?
Yeah.
Sea levels rise, and then all the smaller islands are actually the oldest.
Oh my.
So Maui is the second biggest of the island chain, and you guys actually passed over it.
Did we actually?
Yeah.
I'm
so coming from Honolulu,
Yeah.
you have to fly over
it.
to Hawaii, and you did fly over.
Yeah.
You know the shape of the island Maui, like it has like
It's
the
like-
body and has
yeah,
a
yeah,
head.
yeah.
That's Maui.
Oh my.
That's where I'm from.
Jeez.
It's more country style versus
yeah.
Honolulu, which is in Oahu, more city like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my introduction, and I'm here with.
Kia ora, I'm Hannah. Ko ana tuku ingoa, ko koe noe te maanga, ko te kabu te moana, ko tai noe te waka, ko nā te pā te iwi, ko urikaraka, te apu, ko whare kawe te mai, ko Saxon tuku whānau. Kia ora, I'm Hannah, and I'm in the Māori football under 20 women's team.
I feel like I gotta do mines now. My Iolelo, bro. See, like having these kind of moments where we can share our cultures together. Like, what do you think of all that?
I mean, I feel like it's good because then we're able to learn different things from you. Because obviously, in our Māori culture, it's different compared to your guys' culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a good mix between things. Because in some cases, like things are similar, but then also then we're able to like learn new things from each other.
About
Yeah.
yeah.
Really good.
And not just about the culture, but the different histories
Exactly.
that both of our peoples went through.
Exactly, and learn about the background and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you feel just in general that you're in Hawaii right now?
Oh, I can't believe it. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii before,
Ooh,
so I feel like
first time.
Exactly. So it's very hot, I have to admit. Like in New Zealand, it's what 20 degrees ish.
How about so?
Yeah,
Like-
colder than that.
I think the coldest that you might get would be 12 or 15.
Cool.
Yeah, and I spoke with Cynthia the other day, and it sounds like that's pretty warm
Yeah,
for you
I mean,
guys.
usually when I wake up at like 7 in the morning, it's like 3 degrees. So that's nothing compared to this.
I'm gonna have to put some like metric unit translations because a lot of people don't understand Fahrenheit and Celsius because
Do you guys do Fahrenheit?
we use Fahrenheit.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we're different. It doesn't make sense. Even our measurements of how yards versus meters.
oh, do you guys do yards?
Yeah, we use.
Oh, what?
We're not with the metric unit.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the major differences that me and Sia discussed last night.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for being able to watch that though. It sounds like a lot of people have tuned in for that, and
Yeah,
they're pretty excited for more of the episodes.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you first saw that?
I mean, I was like excited for Lucia because obviously I'm very close to Lucia, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's a good thing for him, like getting to know like this podcast. Because personally, I've never been on one of these before.
Really?
No, never. Because I mean, like we have like interviews, but they're just like little short interviews.
Straight up, right?
And we're usually just like mucking around with stuff like that, just trying to be like funny and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's a very good experience because it's different from what we usually do. So yeah.
With this whole entire new experience, like what are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, I feel like it's going to be a lot different to where we're over in New Zealand, like the physical side of it. And
For
like,
sure.
obviously, over in New Zealand, there's like a certain like expectation and stuff that we have to be at. But I feel like going over to a new place, there's obviously, they have their expectations and how they play. So I feel like it's obviously going to be like different. So it's going to give us a big push and like get used to the physical side than it might be in New Zealand. So yeah.
So what is that difference then with New Zealand style of play versus what you've heard about Hawaiians?
Yeah. I feel like we're more of like, I mean, yes, we do go hard at times, but I feel like we're more trying to keep the ball and play around instead of, I heard them, they're pretty physical apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Even the small ones too.
Yeah. So I was talking to some of the girls about it and they're like, yeah, like they're really physical. So I'm like, okay, yeah, so that's good. Because usually, yes, we are physical over in New Zealand, but I feel like it's going to give us another step to step up to. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
As far as like us clashing together, we know from last year Māori football, the score is never exactly reflected your guys's what you guys want to happen, right? I do know it was a battle until once the goals did score, it kind of just like the floodgates kind of opened.
Dropped off, yeah.
What do you think? What changes are you guys trying to make, and what are you going to do now that you are aware of our playing style?
I feel like we've learned from what you guys, like how you guys have played in the past. So I feel like we're going to use that as a way to like step on from that. And so obviously after one of the first goals went in, the girls kind of like dropped off and everything. So I feel like not let them score, not let them go anywhere near the goal. But if they do get a goal, then I feel like we're going to use it as more encouragement to be like, look, we've seen like how this has happened in the past, and we just want to push from it and to like keep fighting, use all our mana and everything that we have in us to just go and fight for it.
Giving your full effort.
Yeah, like even if we're like tired as, and like obviously this heat is going to kill us because we're not used to it, but I feel like it's then going to push us in a different level of a way. So I feel like we then can use that as a way to then just move on and just fight for it even harder.
Can you give me a comparison of, because I'm not very familiar, nor is some of our viewers, about what is the environment like in New Zealand versus Hawaii? For you guys, you said you're not used to the heat. What are you guys used to?
I mean, it kind of depends because there's lots of rain sometimes,
Right.
but then also it's like sometimes it can be hot, but it's mostly just like kind of cool, cold weather, and it's not really like hot and everything. It's not humid at all.
No.
Like it's legit the complete opposite. So we're used to like wearing skins and everything in the cold, and sometimes like when it rains and stuff like that, it's like full on hardcore rain.
So this isn't you getting drenched wet. Now you're just soaking sweat wet.
Like, yeah, it's
Sweating
such a
buckets for some people.
Yeah.
Now that you guys arrived, you had a little bit of some hours behind you to get used to everything. What did you guys do today?
Basically, we went out this morning and then we had one of our first trainings. So basically, first training, obviously, it's a new environment for each girl. Like, every single girl. We haven't really played together because some of the girls have come over from Australia, North and South Island.
Really?
Yeah. So basically, it's obviously a new environment for all of us to play together.
Wow.
And so then we kind of had to, like, get used to versing each other, playing against each other, how we all play. So then we worked on that in the first one. And we worked on, like, the attacking side of things and, like, ways that we can, like, work around. Did some, like, 2v2s and 1v1s and just, like, getting as many touches on the balls as we can.
I also heard that you guys also went to Imiloa. Is that the astronomy center?
Oh,
or
yeah,
is that
we did go there. Yeah, it's an astronomy center.
What
And
was
so-
that like? Because I didn't know about that. So
Oh.
kind of explain to me, like, what was that experience like? What did you guys do? What was happening?
Basically, we went into, like, this dome area and we laid back on the seats. And, like, we looked up to all the stars in the sky. And so he just went through explaining all different things. Like, for us, Matariki has just passed. And so we learned about, like, the different, like, if Matariki's over here, it's going to be over there next time. And we learned about everything. And then also, they sailed on their walkers from Auckland to Tahiti to then to Hawaii.
Yes,
So then,
yes.
So we learned about more, like, the background apart from, like, all that stuff. And then he then talked about his side of things and, like, what he had to go through and stuff like that, his background. Because
Cool.
he's Māori as well and he's been living in Hawaii for around 30 years now. Yeah, so he's originally from New Zealand, which is pretty cool. So it was
Do you
nice.
know where in New Zealand, or you just?
I don't know. I think it's somewhere in the North Island. But yeah, it was nice to just, like, see some of our people living over here and what he's done over in here to help and stuff like that. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So not only that you got to look up into the stars, learn more about our people as far as, like, how we even travel, our people coming from Australia, then eventually Hawaii, and then even circling back up all the way up to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like that like just one of the many different ways our people has traveled across the Pacific,
Yeah,
right?
just, like, get around and everything.
What remarkable people we are.
Honestly, I
Right?
feel like I could never do that.
How come? You think you have those traits within your blood?
No, I mean, I feel like it's obviously, like, those people have, like, their experience and what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
And so they work towards that stuff. And I feel like they're amazing people to go out and do that. So, yeah.
I see. So we're finally nearing the end of Extra Time, but is there any final thoughts that you want to say to the audience?
Just hello, nice to meet you. I'm Hannah.
This is the end of Extra Time. Mahalo nui loa. Ahui ho.
Kia ora.
That was-
Oh my, that was scary.
No, it flowed.
Oh,
It
no, it was good though,
flowed.
yeah.
You did amazing.